What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. I literally feel like I have water in my ear. I can't hear myself. But anyways, today we're gonna be talking about 2023, the new year, our goals. Let's go over that. All right, so I'm gonna talk a little about my goals and a little about how you can set your own goals. Obviously, it's gonna be a little fitness and nutrition related when it comes to that, but I'm gonna share with you guys my other goals in terms of basically everything: fitness, nutrition, my life, personal life, career, that type of thing. Just because why not? And I feel like sharing it will hold me more accountable. So that's why we're gonna do that today. All right, let's start with the obvious. The obvious being fitness, nutrition, that type of thing. So my goal was to hit 135, which is a plate on bench, before the end of the summer, which I did. And recently I just hit 145. Yeah, 145. This was like a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. And I hit that, and that was amazing. I want to hit 150 next. It'd be cool if I could get it before the end of the year. I don't know if I will, since that PR was so recent. I don't know if I will be going for another one again before the end of the year, but we'll see. But if not, that's going to be my goal. Is I want to hit 150 the beginning of the year, somewhat within the first month or two. I'm going to say month because I feel like I can definitely do it before the end of January. So that's going to be that goal. But for the end of the year, before that, I want to hit, we're going to aim for 160. And I know that seems like not a huge jump, from 150 to 160, hitting 150 at the beginning of the year to hitting 160, but bench for women is just so different. And I don't know, I feel like I don't make progress that quickly with bench. Lately I have been though, which is really nice, so who knows. We're gonna say 165 to keep it, keep it even. Not even, but just to make it more interesting. So we're gonna say 165 before the end of the year. That's gonna be my goal for bench. I don't necessarily have one for squats and deadlifts because I don't know, I haven't been doing either too much. Benching, I'm obsessed with, and I love upper body. But I just haven't, it is nice hitting PRs, but I don't know, for some reason I don't care as much about lower body PRs. I don't know. But I am gonna set one. So my current PR for squats is 240, 240 for one. So I want to say 275, but I don't know if that's a little unrealistic just by, the way I've been currently training when it comes to legs. And I don't squat all leg days because I don't really like it. So I don't know. I do want to say 275, and we're going to keep that goal there right now. We're going to aim by the end of the year, 2023, to hit 275. So now 165 is our goal for bench, 275 is our goal for squats. Deadlifts. So my previous PR before my back injury, which was about 2 years ago, was 315. It was an ugly 315. I hadn't perfected it yet, but I got it up, I locked out. So my cat is staring at me. It's creeping me out. But so that is my previous PR, but I'm not really counting that right now because one, it was so long ago, and two, the form wasn't great anyways. So I'm not really counting that. Now, I haven't been focusing on deadlifts a lot either because I still want to be careful with my back. So doing heavy deadlifts, I haven't really been doing that as much. And my belt is really funky with deadlifts. I'm not used to it, and I keep not using it, but I haven't needed to because I haven't really been trying to push myself in deadlifts. So I guess I do need to get used to it a little bit. But so currently I've gotten up to 270 with still good form for one, I believe, which again, I'm not really counting that as a PR, but it technically is because it's been so long and it had good form. So we're gonna count that. So currently for deadlifts, sumo deadlifts, I'm at 270, and we're going to aim to get back up to 315 is what I wanna say. I think I can do it as long as I get used to wearing my belt and I'm keeping good form, because like I said, the thing is my back. I'm nervous about my back, so I wanna make sure that doesn't happen again, because that was awful. I couldn't train legs, shoulders, I couldn't really do anything. So we gotta be careful with that. So those are our big compound lift goals, is I wanna hit 165 for bench, 275 for squat, and 315 for sumo deadlifts, which I think I can do all of those. And we're gonna work towards that. So that's more of my strength goals right now, and sort of getting into like physique. I am in this slight deficit, which if you see my previous videos, if you follow me on Instagram, TikTok, I've posted like the 3-month difference in this little deficit, because I'm going on vacation like the second week, third week in January, for like 10 days and going somewhere warm. I'm not saying where yet, because my boyfriend watches my videos and it's his Christmas gift, so he doesn't know where we're going. So I'm not gonna spoil it, but I am gonna talk about it and probably like do some videos and some vlogs when we're there. But anyways, maybe I'll do a packing video too. But I've been in this very, very small deficit in preparation for that trip, and I started like before the holidays, and I knew I would continue during the holidays, so I made the deficit very small, so that way by the time of the trip came around, I would still be about where I want to be without having to cut my calories or foods or anything too drastically, which is what I didn't want to do, because that just will create unhealthy habits for me. So I didn't want to do that. So I've been doing it very gradually, and I've been having some good results so far. A lot of it probably had to do with some other stuff. If you watched about my video about 2 videos ago where I talked about Paragard and fixing my gut, a lot of that definitely has to do with it. But I want to continue sort of doing this, because I feel like I have a lot of potential to be a lot leaner. Like, I've never seen how, you know, lean I could get in a healthy way. I've always sort of gone in little phases and just never really committed to it. Now, I have no desire to like compete or do any of that. Like, I'm not talking that lean. I'm not talking about that. But just to get, you know, I want to see what I'm capable of in that sense. And that's what I'm going to try and do. I don't necessarily have like an image of myself that I want. I just want to feel a little more confident than I do now. I feel like I'd be okay if it wasn't for social media and people always having to say their opinion. But anyways, that's sort of where I'm at with that. So that's kind of my current like fitness and nutrition goal, is I want to gain that strength. We already obviously went over the strength that I want to gain, and continue with, you know, training the way that I am. I want a more defined back, I will say. I love back. If you follow me, you know I'm obsessed. That's my favorite day. And I want a shredded back. That is what I want. A shredded Dorito fucking back. That is it. So that is definitely a huge goal too, but a lot of that obviously has to go with the nutrition part that I just went over, which is this little deficit that I'm gonna continue. Obviously when I'm on vacation for those 10 days, it's gonna definitely be in my head a lot. When I'm still trying to hit this goal. We will definitely still be working out. When we went away for spring break, we worked out basically every day. So I'll definitely still be working out. There's a spot we want to go to that will help with that. But obviously like the eating, the drinking, because I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to eat what I want. I'm going to drink what I want. I'm going to have those drinks. It's an all-inclusive, so, you know, I'm taking full advantage of that. It's an expensive vacation too, so I'm going to be taking full advantage. So that's going to be hard, definitely, but it's nice that I'm going to be able to work out while I'm there. It's not that important. You should be able to enjoy yourself without having to work out, and that's definitely how I see it. But I enjoy feeling good about myself when I'm on vacation and working out and still getting some sort of movement in. It just makes me feel a little better. I feel like a lot of people can agree with that too. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes, and I'm definitely going to talk about it. I'll make some videos while I'm there, like I said, and I'll definitely talk about it after the fact when we get back, because it is a longer vacation. So we're gonna see how that goes. But those are my fitness and nutrition, physique type of goals that we've got there for 2023. Pretty simple, nothing too drastic. I just want to keep getting stronger, and I just want to keep getting to the best version of myself. Keep pushing myself a little bit, and I know that I'm capable of a lot more, so kind of testing my discipline a little bit. Okay, next I want to talk about like career and sort of financial current goals. So for those who don't know, currently I work as a social media specialist. I go in 3 days a week and I work from home 2 days a week, which is a pretty good deal. The days I work from home, I feel like are so much more productive in every way, shape, and form. Like I get everything I need to get done for my job in my day because I can do it on sort of my own time. I can get up and go to the gym on my own time, and I can get so much content. Like that is when I do so much content and all my YouTube filming on those days that I work from home, and on top of getting everything done, because I don't care if I'm still working until 8 o'clock on the days that I work from home because I'm already home, you know what I mean? But so I really love the working from home aspect, and I know I only have to go in 3 days a week, but my job is pretty far from where our current apartment is. We had to pick a specific location because my boyfriend is further, he works south of where we are, and I work north. So we had to pick somewhere like directly in the middle that would be even for both of us, but I'm constantly in traffic. And the days that I don't work, that I have to go into my place of work on like Tuesday through Thursday, and then I go to the gym after work, it takes me over an hour to get there, and that's on a good day. Usually in a lot of traffic, and I'm usually in a decent amount going to work. It hasn't been as bad like the past 2 weeks, but you know, compared to the amount of time I always am, it's not great. And there's a couple other, you know, factors as well that I'm not going to get into on here because I just don't feel like I need to. But so that is why I'm currently looking for a different job and would like to get a different job, more so remotely. Of course, closer would really be ideal if I were to go in person, but I am looking for a remote job, and I would like to do social media like I'm doing right now, digital marketing, social media, that type of thing. So currently looking for that. So I'm hoping in 2023 that I can do that and have that new career that I'm just, you know, really excited about. And I feel like I'm so productive working from home, so I'd really like to do that because content creation for myself is also a big passion of mine, and I'd love to be able to do that. So going along with that too, I mean, of course, if I were to do, you know, my own social media like this through all my platforms, through brand deals, stuff like that, that would be really great if I could do that full time, because obviously that's like my biggest passion, but it's not really realistic, at least right now. But that is a goal, and that's a goal for more what I want to do in 2023 too. I want to keep improving my content, keep putting more out there, and just sort of branch out and just really better my social media, if that makes sense. So that's a big goal. And then also I just want to dedicate more time to it. And I also want to start doing some online coaching, which again, that in combination with social media, doing that full time would be fantastic. But right now I do need a full-time job currently. And again, I know it's not realistic to just aim for that, but I'm just saying for my personal goals, like we're being real here, like that is my personal goal. And I would love to be able to also coach on top of that. So obviously that would be a remote job too. Do more online coaching and start taking on clients. That is something I definitely really want to do. It would definitely be minimal clients at first because I need to see like with the time that I have, and I'll probably start doing it while I'm still working full time. So I want to make sure I can put all of my effort into everything I'm doing. So obviously into my full-time job, that's my number one priority. And then still doing coaching on top of that, or starting coaching on top of that, and being able to put all of my time and best effort into clients when I'm not at work. And then obviously my own social media, because that's something that's really important to me too, and something that I really enjoy. Because as much as I love doing social media as my job, I love being able to make content obviously catered to myself and how I want. So, but coaching would be a big goal that I want to start doing in 2023, and again, kind of turn into a career if I could, which would be great, because I do love coaching and I love fitness, and I would just love to start doing that. So that's kind of career goals, and still gonna keep looking for jobs. It's kind of hard right now. I know I went to school for nutrition, obviously, and here I am working social media, but obviously I've had a lot of experience in social media and I love it. So that's why I wanted to put it to use in sort of the 9-to-5 realm, whatever, for lack of a better term, and still use nutrition in terms of coaching people in that aspect. So that's kind of how I see it. I'm not just like disregarding the schooling for nutrition. So that's kind of where I'm at with that and why I'm doing what I'm doing, basically. So now kind of more personal. I don't know, there isn't a ton. Like, my boyfriend and I are great, and obviously the job, my own fitness goals, like those are personal as well. But our lease is up in June, and we ideally would probably want to move. Like, I don't know, you guys, if you've seen my videos, I gave an apartment tour, obviously, is one of my first videos when you go back a little further. We don't have a lot of space, and it would be really nice to have an additional room where I could do all of my filming and have some stuff set up. And then also a desk, possibly, because I do want to do some working from home, regardless of, you know, if I do get a fully remote job or not. There's going to be stuff that I want to do, so like a little office space. But so basically, sizing up, we would like to, you know, get a home, but I don't know, that may not be realistic right now. We still have 6 months until our lease is up, so it depends on a lot of things, obviously, and it also depends if I get a new job, because if not, we kind of have to be in the same location that we are right now, because like I said, we're in such opposite directions for our jobs that this is the direct middle point, so we would kind of have to stay in this area. We wouldn't have a choice, so that would kind of stink, because we wouldn't have a lot to go off of and choose from. We like where we are now, we like the location, but it's very expensive. So but like I said, we would love to be able to get like our own home, or even a 2-person home or a townhouse, whatever, something like that. So that is definitely like a personal goal, is to upgrade space and find a good location for us to settle down for like a couple years, if not more, if we were to get a house. But again, that may not be realistic. I don't really have high hopes for that, but it would be cool. But that just some bigger space is really ideal, and that's what we both feel like we really need. So that's definitely a big goal, and like I said, a lot can happen in these next 6 months, so who knows, but some more space would definitely be great, because we have very minimal here, nowhere to put anything extra, nowhere to put any extra decorations. I have so much shit, it's unbelievable. So just getting some more space is gonna be ideal for like mid 2023. That's what sort of that goal is. And then also this one, I don't know if we can call it like a goal officially, I don't know. But it kind of plays along into all of that, into needing more space and the flexibility of being able to work from home, is getting a dog, getting a puppy. And I know that's kind of a weird like goal to have, but I don't know. I've always had dogs my whole life, and I've had big dogs. No breed that I could get in this apartment, which of course they have breed restrictions, so that's quite unfortunate as well. So we probably couldn't even get the type of dog I would want to get. But I've always grown up with Rottweilers and Bull Mastiffs, and I really love Pit Bulls, Cane Corsos, Bulldogs, which Bulldogs are smaller, so they may be allowed here, and they may be a better apartment dog than those other dogs, obviously. But breeds like that are my favorite. They have my heart. And I just would really love to get our own dog. We have our cat right now. You guys can't see her curled up over here, and I love her, of course. But of course, dogs have my heart. Like, I grew up with them. I love them. Like, they'll always have the biggest place in my heart. I'll always be a dog person. Again, as much as I love my cat, I'm not downgrading you, not undermining that, whatever, you know what I mean? But I've just always been a dog person. I've always really wanted my own dog since we moved. So I don't know, it just is definitely a goal. But again, working from home is going to be key because someone needs to be home. Like, neither of us, my boyfriend or I, want to have a dog and then it just be in a crate all day while we're at work. Like, that is not fair at all to the dog, not to mention no time for training, no time to do anything, no movement for them. That's just obviously very unrealistic. So not even a question for that. Is basically one of us would need to be working from home. More likely it's going to be me because the jobs that I'm looking at are very likely remote and very easily done remotely. So if I can get a remote job, we can get a dog, basically. So that's kind of a big factor because we don't want to just leave a dog at home in a kennel all day, or I don't want to put it through training in a daycare because you hear a lot of horror stories about that and it makes me nervous, so I just don't want to do that. And I want to train the dog how I want to train the dog and train it well. So yeah, that is definitely a goal. And again, more space. Our little apartment cannot have a dog bigger than a bulldog, basically. So yeah, we would need a lot more space, so that's another factor in it too. So that's why those all kind of play into this in order for that goal. But again, I don't know if you consider it a goal, but it's definitely something I'm aiming for. And in order to do that, I need to get all these other little factors done along the way, like the new job, and we need some bigger space. So that is the 2023 goal list, to put it broadly, I guess. Obviously, there's a lot of little goals that are factoring in there, but that's it at a broad standpoint. But for fitness goals, so if you are someone who is looking to make some goals for 2023, now again, there are people who are at so many different stages and who haven't started and all that type of stuff, and your goals are going to look completely different from anyone else's. Now, like I said, your goals are going to be very different because everyone has a different goal. Some people do want to gain size, some people want to gain weight, some people want to lose weight. There's just so many different things, so I can't necessarily tell you exactly how to structure your goal and what to set it at and where to start. But if you are someone who has not started their fitness journey yet, not started in any aspect of that, has no idea what to do, which I've made videos on it, so if you scroll down, you'll find how to sort of get started in the gym if you've never gotten started before. But what I want to say to that, which one, obviously I'm posting this before 2023. Don't feel like you need to start before 2023. Don't wait till January 1st. Like, start now if that's what you want to do. And it's not overnight. So that 2023 goal, like the goal you have for the end of the year, start hitting it now because it's not overnight. It may take you a while to get to where you want to get to, like I said, dependent on what your goal is. So don't wait to start. And if anything, if you especially have gym anxiety about starting, it's going to be even 10 times busier if you wait till January to go and start, because everyone does that. And that's why if you start now, you can kind of get a little bit ahead of the crowd and you can get a little more comfortable before it starts getting busy and then you're just overwhelmed. So that's another good reason to like start beforehand, because you're going to get ahead of it. Because it does get busy. Like, I don't think anyone will tell you it doesn't, but it's going to get crowded and you're going to feel a lot more intimidated, which, mind you, a lot of that crowding has to do with a lot of new people who also may not know what they're doing. So it's not like you're alone, and everyone starts somewhere. And I guarantee, especially when you start going now, no one's going to notice. Like, people are there to just do what they're doing so many people think that they overthink everyone looking at them in the gym. You would be so shocked with how many things go unnoticed. Like, unless you are doing something absolutely ridiculous. I can't think of an example, but like something absolutely ridiculous that like no one would ever do in a gym, which I know you may be thinking, okay, well, I don't know what's ridiculous. I don't know what to do. Trust me, like there's not a lot you can do that's going to draw a lot of attention, okay, if that makes sense. My ass is going numb sitting on this floor, but it's more comfortable filming this way. But I lost my train of thought. But people are not looking at you as much as you think that they are, or judging you as much as you think that you are. Like, everyone started at a spot where they just had no idea what they were doing, and either they got a coach, or they went with someone, or they were self-taught. Everyone started from literally square one. And I posted it on TikTok and Instagram. It's pinned to my TikTok profile, has like over 6 million views, of things that I did when I started in the gym and had no idea what I was doing. Is insane. So like everyone starts somewhere, and like those are not ridiculous things if you're sitting there thinking you don't see a lot wrong with it, which a lot of people did say that, which I also made a video explaining all the things that were wrong with what I was doing in those videos. But there aren't a lot of things that are going to draw attention, and they're not like outlandishly ridiculous. They're just unnecessary and aren't really effective, which I know obviously you want your workouts to be effective, but I'm just saying in terms of a gym anxiety standpoint, because like I said, if you start going now and beat the crowds, you'll probably get a lot more comfortable with your surroundings, with the environment, and start getting the hang of a routine. And then when the crowds come, you won't feel as overwhelmed because you've already got a little thing going for yourself. So just don't wait. You don't have to wait. If you do have to wait for whatever reason, okay, but I would suggest not waiting to start. Like, just do it now. Don't push it off. If you know you have a goal you want to hit, start. It's not going to be overnight. And that's the other thing to remember too when you're setting these goals. And that's why so many people get discouraged, is because they're not getting to where they want to be when they want to. And it's not overnight. It's never going to be overnight. You're going to have days where you don't want to go, where it's going to be hard. You're going to have days where you think you're not making any progress. But if you just take it day by day and you just stay committed, you will get there, but it's not going to be overnight. And it's not going to be as quick as you want it to. I can tell you that right now. But you will get there if you stay committed. And like I said, you just have to start. And I know that's the hardest part. And I know it's hard to set a particular goal when you don't really know what you're supposed to be doing. And like I said, hopefully I can get coaching going, and then I would love to be able to help you guys with that. Just right now it's a time thing, but I just can't emphasize with you guys enough that starting is just the hardest part. And once you start getting into a routine, it'll be easier. And so many people say, I don't have time, I don't have this, I don't have that. And I get things get in the way sometimes, and like every day isn't going to go as planned, and you may think in your head that it's a lot more than it is. But when you break it down, you do have the time. You can make the time somehow, whether you need to break it up in your day or you need to get up a little earlier. Like, you can make the time, you can make the commitment, but you have to have the discipline to do that. And like I said, there's going to be days where it's going to seem very not realistic, but you just have to push through them. Like, there's nothing else I can really say besides you have to push through them. And it's just day by day, basically. But I think that is all I wanted to say for our 2023 goals that I wanted to share with you guys, which again, because I feel like it's good to share because maybe it gives some other people some inspiration, but also I see this as a way for myself to hold myself accountable to sticking to these goals. Because like I said, discipline can get hard. It's discipline for a reason. So this will hold me a little more accountable by sharing with you guys. And also, if you guys do need any tips, you can always, DM me on Instagram, or you can email me. I don't have my messages on TikTok. But you can always do that. I won't necessarily just start coaching you for free, but I'd love to give you some tips. And then when I start coaching, I'll obviously be posting about that and talking about that. But hopefully that'll happen because like I said, it's a goal. Posting on here to stay accountable. So that's what we're aiming for. And yeah, that's basically all. I'm probably going to do, like I said, when we talk about get closer to this vacation, I'm gonna go through like packing with you guys. I'll probably do that. And then also do it on live on TikTok while also filming for this, if that makes sense. I did that before. So I'll do that, show you guys my packing essentials for this trip, gym wise too, and then I probably need some new bathing suits. I definitely do. Anyways, so we're gonna work on that and have some more content coming around for that vacation, because then after I'll definitely talk about how it was mentally with not really being on track for 10 days. So something to look forward to. I'm so excited about it. I'm excited for Christmas, I'm excited for the holidays, all of that. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you have some exciting goals that you are looking forward to. Write them down, stick to them, tell them to people so you can stay accountable, and I will see you guys in the next video.